speaking about a time where he was at a dead end. And sometimes we don't realize it, but the saints, they struggled. Okay, and St. Paul struggled. St. Paul says the following. He says, "Yet we have the sentence of death in ourselves, that we should not trust in ourselves, but in God who raises the dead, who delivered us from so great a death, and does deliver us, in whom we trust that he will still deliver us." What does that mean? We have the sentence of death in ourselves. You know what that means? It said, even the verse before it, I didn't bring it, it said, we despaired even of life. You know what that means, despaired of life? Sentence of death means like, God, we're ready to call it quits. I'm done. I can't take this no more. We're dead. Like, we're done. I'm done. St. Paul wasn't done. Because he said so nicely, we had this, that we should not trust in ourselves, but we trust in God who raises the dead, who delivered us, who does deliver us, and in whom we trust that he will still deliver us. Next time you're at that dead end, you go to 2 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 9 and 10. Now you stare your dead end in the face. And you say, I ain't scared of you. Because my God did deliver us. He does deliver us. He will still deliver us. He's delivered us so many times. 10,000 times God bailed me out to bring me to this hour. And in this very hour, His sustaining presence is all that I have, is keeping this world going, keeping me going. And I ain't scared of you, Mr. Dead End, because I know that my God is still alive. There is a God in heaven, and He is my God. And that God is with me, who can be against me? What I want you to leave here with is I want you to be strong in your faith. Again, I'm not saying you're there today, but that's where you got to get to. That's where you're going to start to live a life up here. I want you to be strong in your faith. And I want you to hold that faith so tight. Not your parents' faith. Not faith because it's like a good thing. Not faith because you want to get married to a boy in the church. Or a girl in the church. Faith because God is all you got. But if He's all you got, He's all you need. The phases of faith. You know when you got on an airplane, they have that cool little map thing. Okay? You know that cool map thing? I can watch that map thing for hours. Okay? Something about it is just fascinating to me. Okay? I'll wake up from my nap to check. Did we pass Kansas yet or no? Somehow I'm very interested when we pass state lines. Okay? Why? Because you sitting on a plane for a 6 hour, let's say you're going across the country, 6 hour trip. You look out the window, it looks the same now, in an hour, in 2 hours, it looks exactly the same. It gets frustrating, you feel like there's no progress. But as soon as you see that little blipping thing that says, okay, you were over Oklahoma, now you're heading over Nevada. That's encouraging. That's encouraging. I know that much closer, even though I'm miserable on this plane and I want to kill the guy next to me, that's okay. Because I know I'm that much closer. What I hope now you see is that God, if you look at where you are today and where Abraham is, that man of faith, it's a journey. And what God does is He takes you through faith. So what I want you to see is that when you find yourself in a delayed phase, don't get frustrated. Don't get frustrated. What you do is you look out the window, you see, oh my goodness, no, look at the map. So you know what? We're right on course. I know what to do in this phase. I listened to that funny preacher man, said something, I remember what he said, but he said something. He said that we're in that phase, don't fear, don't fret, don't faint, don't forget. That's what I'm right now, I'm going to do that. Get encouraged. Realize, you know what, difficulty, wait a minute, this is right. Because before the deliverance comes the difficulty. See how it works? Now that you understand the process, you can understand how God's working, you can cooperate, you don't get frustrated. You see that where I am is where I'm supposed to be. What I hope that everyone leaves here with is a trust that God is working something great inside you. God wants you to be something great. Something Abraham. Something strong. Something eagles. The path to get there isn't going to be easy. I hope that you look at that end goal and you say, yes, Lord. Yes, Lord, that's what I want. Make me that man of faith, that woman of faith. Let me to soar above this world like eagles. Let me to be strengthened in my faith. I'm going to pray for you guys. I'm going to pray for you guys. And I got good news and bad news for you. It's actually the same. God hears my prayers. I know He does. So when I pray that God makes you man of faith, woman of faith, be careful. There could be some stuff. But I guarantee the stuff will be good for you in the end. I pray that, I'm not tying myself in here, but if and when, okay, our paths cross again, if, okay, not promising nothing. I don't need 10,000 emails next week saying, invite me to this, invite me to this. I don't need that. That I start to hear some stories of faith. I want to hear some Abraham stories. I want to hear some stories about people who stepped out in faith, who made decisions. I want to hear some stories about some dreams. I want to hear some stories especially about some delays that led to difficulties, that led to dead ends, but you stood strong in your faith, and the deliverance that God did. I want to start hearing those stories. Wouldn't that be cool? Wouldn't that be cool if we start sharing those stories? Yep. That's what I want to hear next time I come back. Alright? I pray for you guys. Y'all pray for me. Thank you all very much. Glory be to God.